TVweb.com.
So let me begin by asking you, how did you get involved in the series? You had a past relationship with Robert, you knew him,
Yes,
and of course.
I've known Robert since we did the Five Heartbeats together many years ago, and then I actually got him to direct me in Little Richard, biopic of Little Richard.
Oh, okay.
And then, Robert and I have stayed close ever since. And so, while visiting in New York, he asked me to do this show. And, wound up being a blessing. It's so well written, and I'm just glad I'm part of it.
Tell me a little bit about the character you play.
I play Mike, or they call it Do Right Mike.
Okay.
And I represent, we always often talk about, baby mamas, and, but, there's also baby daddies in this world, but all of them don't want to be baby daddies. Some of them want to be family men. They want to raise their children in a traditional family setting. And that's what Mike wants to do. He's tried so hard to make it work with the mother of his child, Lupe. But she's just out of control and just a little too wild.
So in a lot of ways, it's sort of playing against stereotypes.
Yes, against the stereotypes that we see all the time.
Right. Especially
father,
in Hollywood productions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Against the baby father who's the one who leaves the family, who wants to go out wandering, who wants to leave his family behind. It's not that way. Do Right Mike is a guy who wants to do the right thing by his family, and unfortunately, he just can't get the mother of his child to just be right, and so, he has to be the best father he can in that situation.
Now, working with Robert before, obviously in the Five Heartbeats and in film, how is maybe the directing style, or like we were saying before, is it a big difference doing internet as opposed, or is it the same? Is the production of it sort of the same?
All production is the same for the most part. Same crew, same film. Shooting the same cameras. It all comes down to money. But that's no different. Shooting this websites are superior than doing a lot of indie films. The cast is phenomenal. The production value is great. Quality of writing is great. Same thing. SAG.
Do you feel like with film where do you feel like where in independent films, especially where you're sort of limited by budget and time, it almost sort of fuels you more creatively? Is that sort of the same way doing this web series? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Is it too loud for you?
No, it'll work. We'll be okay.
Sure. I'm sorry, ask the question again.
So basically, like in an independent film, a lot of times because you're restrained by budget, time, creatively, it almost fuels you more to come up with things that you maybe wouldn't have if you had all the money in the world and all the time in the world. Is it sort of the same with the internet?
Yeah, the internet's no different than shooting a low-budget indie film sometimes. You don't have as many days. Sometimes you can shoot a film for a studio and have, 50 shooting days, and you shoot an indie, you have 20. And so on this, we shoot this almost like a complete script, and we shoot this in a month time, which is a good amount of time to shoot, some quality work.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, you have to come there. You don't think you're going to be on a set like, Scorsese or Michael Mann, where you get to shoot 39 takes before you turn around.
Right.
No.
This is run and gun.
Do it, but that's not much different than television.
Yeah.
Television's very quick, very uniform. You're going to end your day at a certain time. You got to be ready to go.
Yeah. It's an amazing cast. As far as just sort of legendary icons, Richard Roundtree, Billy Dee Williams, Diane Carroll.
Yes.
Tell me about, it must just be a dream come true in so many ways.
No, it's it's just fantastic, but Robert's that kind of guy, people flock to Robert. Robert's a guy who people believe really can do quality work and has done quality work, and I love my relationship with Robert. We're always thinking about things to do together, and it's just fantastic. Last year, AOL had put out the 25 sexiest African American actors ever. Okay, and 3 of them happen to be in the show. You know what I'm saying? And Robert was like, "Wow, this is great," And so it's just a great cast. I'm glad people are watching the show. It's quality, and what's really important is it also helps people.
Were you ever, in a scene with the guys, and you're like, maybe the first week or whatever, you're like, oh my God, Shaft and Landau Calrissian, what am I, like, does it sort of, do you ever get a scene and the actor and the fan kind of merge?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have those scenes with them.
Oh, okay.
My scenes are with the women.
Okay.
I have a kind of complicated thing with the mother of my child and Ocean, played by Monica Calhoun. One's they live across the hall, one's the mother of my child, the other one I'm courting. it's the dynamics are different, but mainly my scenes are with the women.
Okay.
So, Billy Dee and I, actually did a national touring company play.
Oh,
It's a very
okay.
successful play we did together. So I got to know him, and so it's always great to be with him. He's like someone an actor like myself looks up to, and
Yeah.
he's done great. Richard Roundtree we've known over the years, but I never got a chance to actually be in a production with him. And who knows, season 4 maybe we'll get to do some stuff and have some high-powered scenes as well. But right now, my scenes are relegated to the women.
Yeah, and then finally, Robert was talking a little bit about how the internet access of the show allows, fans to comment on it, and that people are really getting involved in the show. And we were hearing about when the one character was going through the cancer, another fan was like, I should get a mammogram and that kind of thing. Can you talk about sort of like the impact that that the series can have through the internet that perhaps maybe it wouldn't have on television or on film?
Yeah, the fact that it's on the internet is just amazing. The impact it can have on society is totally different. It's a situation in which they can go to a toolbox while watching the show and deal with the same kind of problems that character is dealing with. Because it touches so many people. We're talking about average, ordinary people. Not people who have a lot of money, people who are struggling, trying to raise their kids, trying to do all the things that many Americans are doing. And to see them have these problems, like whether they get the GED or balance their budget or find, child care and things like that, and then just click a button and talk to someone who's in Idaho who has suggested for them or something they did. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And lots of times, people who live in these situations don't have that kind of support group. And now just to go on the net and just click a button and have the world open up to you, it's just fantastic. There's no way you can actually duplicate that on TV. There's no way.